There is no way I'm going to talk about the new Xbox this week. That was me lying. Xbox One's announcements are here. However, there is no way I'm going to talk about the new Star Trek movie. You're right, I'm not, but I will show you some Trek-like innovations and more. It's May 24th, I'm Daria, and this is the Redheaded Geek Show. Who else watched the live streaming video of the new Xbox's release on Tuesday? It was cool, huh? Well, that's up for you to decide. Looks like a lot of folks might have to toss a coin between the PS4 and the One, but I'll get to that in a minute. Specs on the Xbox One. First of all, that is the official name. Yeah? And the new hardware is codenamed the Durango. All makes sense now. Anyways, the hardware was the most important thing to talk about during the unveiling. It is packed with 8 gigs of RAM, 3.0 USB, an 8-core CPU, 500 gig hard drive, gigabit Ethernet, Wi-Fi, the whole package. Beyond that, the One is alleged to be living room friendly as it has a Blu-ray player installed and both an HDMI input and output for streaming TV. Finally, the Kinect is supposed to be more accurate than you can imagine, which I sure hope so because according to my Kinect, I can't even do Warrior 1 correctly. The other news I know you want to hear about is the rumors exposed. As far as backwards compatibility goes, it ain't gonna happen. Not with the dynamics of the new hardware. One sigh of relief though, your hard-earned gamer score will easily transfer. Wouldn't that be messed up if it couldn't? Secondly, secondhand games won't be blocked. Bad thing is, more than likely, Microsoft is going to add on a fee to anyone buying a pre-owned game. Lastly, that always online rumor was a myth. Although you need the ability to connect to the internet, the console will not always have to be connected to use. One of Microsoft's presidents stated, "Gamers, calm down. We've got you covered." Okay, I'm calm. For a full, more in-depth look into the new Xbox One, check out the link in the video description below. What about Microsoft's rival? Well, PlayStation 4's release is also incredibly anticipated. How do the two measure up against one another? Well, the only clear answer so far is there is not a winner yet. But according to comparisons on specs and raw power, Sony's got the edge. Yep, both consoles use that 8-core AMD processor and AMD GPUs. An advantage the PS4 has is system memory, with 8 gigs of GDDR5 RAM versus One's 8 gigs of DDR3 RAM. What does this mean? Well, for raw gaming power, Sony is the clear winner. However, of course, we won't know for sure until the sales of both consoles are accounted for. The reason I mentioned Star Trek earlier is because a couple really interesting news factoids came to my attention this week. The first being NASA's new idea of 3D printing food. Yeah, NASA announced their plans to fund the construction of the world's first 3D food printer. The American space company gave $125,000 to the mechanical engineer who is to build the thing, an updated version of its chocolate printer. It is of course hoped to provide food for astronauts on very long distance journeys through space. Hey, I think it's cool and I'm on Earth. Make me a pizza. Funny that I said that because pizza was one of the first food items to be announced. The dough will be printed first, tomato paste, then the protein layer topping. Protein layer? Protein layers. The ingredients are sprayed layer by layer, like any object created from a 3D printer, and will be expected to work just like his chocolate printer working on a cracker. I wonder what the end product will look like. A gadget called the Scanadu Scout is a Star Trek-like tricorder coming to life. The device is able to scan and monitor your vital signs, temperature, ECG, heart rate, and stress. Hold it up to your forehead, wait, and then check your smartphone where the Scout is synced to reveal the information. Scanadu is also connected to NASA as a company based at one of their research centers in California. After a prototype was released 6 months ago, the re-release is part of Indiegogo. When released to the public, Scout will help any person monitor changes in health by tracking when their signs are elevated from its normal state. Even more helpful, seeing abnormalities ahead of time can assist many in avoiding potential problems. The goal of Scout is to bring hospital or doctor-assisted data into any person's home. Easy and more affordable than most people's doctor visits. Lastly, how about a little humor? This week, Steve Wilhite, the creator of GIFS, announced, set the record straight. It is pronounced GIF. Okay, I got it. Peanut butter, moving images, peanut butter, GIFs. Whoops, didn't stick. GIFs are graphics interchange format, or of course these almost always hilarious animations. I love them. I had no idea this was even a debate. Apparently, most PC users pronounce the soft letter G, while Mac users prefer the harder G. Good news is the Oxford Dictionary accepts both pronunciations. However, Wilhite says, quote, "They are wrong. It is a soft G pronounced GIF. End of story." Whatever, the dude created the things back in 1987. What he says goes. Peanut butter. GIF. What have you guys been calling it? GIF? GIF? Does anyone care? Apparently. Any thoughts on the two consoles? Who wants the Xbox and who wants the PlayStation? And why? Would you eat a 3D printed anything? What about the tricorder? Is there anything bad you can say about that little guy? Comments go down here. I just wanted to remind you. Thank you for watching. Make sure to click those like and subscribe buttons. Bye.